What is up, guys? Welcome to another Diablo 4 video. Today I want to talk about the latest changes that are about to happen for the Druid class in the next couple of days. You know, we have a campfire chat on Friday, and there were a few things that were mentioned there concerning the Druid class. It seems that we are going to get a major buff on the Spirit Generation, which is going to be very good for early game. More or less every single one of the basic skills of the Druid, right here, every single one of those will have their Spirit Generation buffed, and the Earth Spike, I believe, and Mole will get the biggest one. They will get 2 Spirit Generation per hit, and all the others will get just 1. So I guess this will buff the early game of the Druid, which was a little bit of a lackluster, let's go it that way. Also, what we are getting is a huge damage buff to more or less every single one of the companions, of course, except for the Poison Creeper, because nobody really complained that the Poison Creeper is a bad skill. However, people are complaining about the Wolves and the Ravens. And let's be real, the Wolves are kind of pretty useful early game, all the way up to level 20 or something. And after that, you can feel that their value starts dropping really low to a place where they're like totally unusable. However, Poison Creeper has been useful all along from level, I don't know, 10 all the way to end game. Currently, people are using it to destroy Nightmare Tier Dungeon 100, so definitely the Poison Creeper is pretty good in its current state. It doesn't require any work or buffing. However, what they're doing is that they're buffing the base damage of the Wolves. As you can see, deals like 8% damage. After the buff, they will be dealing 13, if I remember correctly, and the Ravens are buffed from 13 to 20. However, this is not really the biggest problem in my opinion. Yes, it is true that the companions don't do a lot of damage. However, the biggest problem comes from the fact that if you want to use them late game, you cannot really take advantage of the brutal wolf pack and the ferocious wolf pack. What I mean by that is that it doesn't matter how strong they are, it doesn't matter how much damage they do, it doesn't matter how much armor they have, they're going to get CC'd and they won't be able to do anything until they die. So, in this current patch, they'll be buffing the brutal wolf pack. The attack speed will be buffed from 20 to 25%, and they'll be also buffing the ferocious wolf pack. So, they'll be now fortify instead of 5% all the way up to 8%. Again, the problem stands. How will be able for the wolves to fortify you if they're CC'd? Imagine you go into a room full of, all types of elites that can stun you, freeze you, immobilize you, name it. And then the wolves, not only that they'll die pretty fast, but even if they don't die, they'll be CC'd. They won't be doing anything. So, in my opinion, what they need to do is to make sure that, apart from the buffs for the damage, they make sure that those wolves, there is a way for those wolves to become unstoppable late game, because if they're not unstoppable, they're close to useless. And druids are not like necromancers. We don't have 15 wolves. So if you have 15 wolves, you'll say, hey, that's fine. I mean, let 7 of them be CC'd, the other 8 will be doing some damage. We have 2 wolves, and if we go all the way, balls to the wall, only companions, only wolves, we can go to 4 wolves, and that's it. And it's pretty easy for them to be CC'd and rendered useless late game. So in my opinion, this is where they need to focus. They will be also buffing the aspect of, I forgot its name, but basically the aspect that turns your wolves into werewolves and they're spreading rabies. They are going to boost the damage that they get from this aspect, which is pretty cool as well. Another problem is that they're actually spreading their own rabies. The last time when I checked, it doesn't matter how much points I allocate in the rabies of the skill, my rabies here, the wolf's rabies will be something completely different. This is the impression I got. Please let me know whether you found out something else. But the last time when I checked, the rabies that I had was not the rabies that the werewolves were spreading. So it was really weird. But this is probably my observation. I was wrong. I don't know. But at the end of the day, again, this aspect, if they make sure that instead of rabies, they will be becoming unstoppable, or both, in my opinion, it will be better. And another thing that they did in this particular they're about to do, they didn't do it yet, but they announced that they're going to buff overall. The lucky hit chance will be increased from 20 to 40, which is a good change. However, I doubt that they're going to use it anyways. I mean, players are going to use it because the rest are still better in my opinion, but who knows, probably I'll be wrong. Another thing that I want to mention is that they're making buffs to Ravens, another companion skill. And another thing that they're doing is they're increasing the damage, basically. They're increasing the damage of the passive, again, 13 to 20. And they're making sure that they're adding something extra to the Brutal Ravens. The Brutal Ravens now increases the passive damage of Ravens by 40%. This is what is written on the, on the notes of the upcoming update, which probably is going to hit us on Wednesday. So again, the problem I have with this is that the main issue with Ravens, one of the issues is the low damage, but the second issue is that Ravens have this type of range, so it's nothing. You place Ravens in the battlefield anywhere, and unless your enemy is stuck there forever, they're going to escape easily, they're going to port away, or you won't be able even to hit a third of your enemies. Now with the Poison Creeper and the Vacuum Cleaner, probably Ravens will start shining. Nobody knows, I am yet to test that. I'm definitely going to test Companion build after all these skills got buffed. But what I'm trying to say is that the biggest problem for Ravens, in my opinion, is one, damage, and second, the range of the skill, which they're not going to change, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. Definitely don't going to test it. And there is another aspect that they will buff, and this is the Boulder aspect. You know that this is the aspect that nobody uses. Reason being, Boulder doesn't fit in more or less any build, which is unfortunate because I really like the skill. They're going to buff the damage from 100 to 120. So instead of 80 to 100, now it's going to be 100 to 120. So in a way, if you go to this particular vendor and we decide to imprint this aspect on our weapon, currently we can get all the way to 200 damage increase of our Boulder. But now, after the update rolls out, we can get all the way to 240, which is a decent buff. But again, the problem I have is that Boulder doesn't fit anywhere. And another thing, the resource cost is going to be decreased from 60 to 50, which is, I mean, 50 for a core skill is super, super high. So I don't think anybody's still using Boulder. I will be really happy if I'm wrong on that. So more or less, this is it. This is what we can expect on the next update when it comes to the Druid. There is one final thing that I didn't mention, that they're going to increase the rabies damage from 76, I believe, to 110. There you go. The damage and applying additional damage, which is 76% now, is going to boost to 110. I doubt it's going to be a huge change for rabies, because if I'm to use this skill, I don't really care that much about the damage. I care about the poison effect. Even though if I'm using Blurred Beast and stuff like this, I will do care about the damage. But at the end of the day, there is a better way. There is simply a better way to poison your enemies, right? So you're not going to use rabies and wait and stuff like this. You can use a toxic close, and for instance, you become a werewolf with tornado, just poison them for millions of damage, then you just dash with Blood Beast and one-shot even Uber Lilith. So I doubt that rabies is going to become such a great skill if they buff the additional damage that it does over the period of 6 seconds. Still though, it's a good buff. I'm happy that they're working on rabies because it was underused skill, and I cannot wait to see what's going to happen with that skill. Is it going to be like more popular now in many builds? I don't know, but we're going to witness very, very soon. So more or less, guys, this is it. If I have to summarize, they're buffing the base skills. Now they'll all be generating more power, which is good for early game for Druids. They're also buffing wolves. They will deal now more damage in the process. They're buffing ravens, and they're also buffing brutal ravens. They're buffing the damage of rabies, the damage that's applied over time. And a couple of aspects, the one with the Boulder, the one with the werewolves, and the Mangot aspect are getting buffed together with the Overworld Spirit boon, and this is it. We expect the update to roll out on Wednesday, and I cannot wait to test the new companion build that I have in mind. See you next time, guys. Take care.